The famous pitch show is somewhat like what you did. I don't think it's exactly, but you went in and said, well, we have this show. It's not really about anything. It's just
absolutely,
barking.
Yeah. That was the show, and then all of a sudden the executive said, well, no, we think it should be, because we pitched like a one-camera show, like Curb, actually.
Yeah.
And then they said, no. They said, this is a three-camera show. Hold it. No. This is not the show. That's not the show. We're doing a one-camera show. And I turned, and the room fell silent, and I looked at some of the Castle Rock executives who produced the show, and what is he talking about? But eventually they got their way on that.
They did.
Yeah, they did. Which was good.
Which was good, because one of the things I think is interesting, in Curb you don't have the sort of feedback that you would get on stage in Seinfeld. Right. When you know something's funny because the audience in the studio is laughing, you're doing it without
better. I like it better.
You like it better.
I do like it better because on Seinfeld there were jokes in the show because the audience is there. Well, whether or not I don't really like jokes all that much, writing jokes, but there are times for the audience to laugh.
Yeah.
And if they're not laughing, then you feel like it's not working, so you have to change the line because you felt the line didn't work. And I didn't really like that process of having to live up to these audience's expectations of a line. So I like it better without an audience and just saying whatever I want and not even knowing where they're going to laugh.
Right. And it's kind of, if they laugh, they do. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about a couple of things that I find sort of surprising about about you, or one of them is golf.
Golf, yeah.
I would not think automatically that you would be an avid golfer.
Yeah.
But yet,
how about this? I'll give you another thing. You would never think that I could ride a horse, would you?
Well, I guess not.
I can ride. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm defying your expectations a little bit.
Yes, you are. But how did you get into golf?
Because I went to this camp when I was 14 and 15 that had a 9-hole golf course at the camp and had riding stables.
Both.
Yeah. So it was an activity that we had to do in the camp, was to play golf, and the game has tortured me ever since. Because I never really was good at it, but there's something very addictive about it that I can't break.
And you've really managed to mine it, because I play a little bad golf, but I mean, if you do play golf, if someone has a good club,
Right. Well, it's my passion, and I don't know, I got to have some hobby, otherwise I'd be abnormal.
Is that why Kramer was a golfer, because of your interest in golf? You worked that into Kramer. Well, another one is, are you a fan of Gilbert and Sullivan?
I love that movie.
Topsy-Turvy.
Topsy-Turvy.
Yeah, great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie, and I love that what you're talking about is Three Little Maids
from School. Yeah.
It's one of the music pieces that we do on the show. Dun, 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 that one.
Yeah.
So that's what he's referring to, and so that's from this Gilbert and Sullivan Topsy-Turvy. Topsy-Turvy.
It's the Mikado.
The Mikado. Yeah. I love that piece, and that it seemed to work for the show.
Yeah.
I remember being stuck one time for a piece of music, and all of a sudden I said, why don't we try this? And we put that in, and it worked great, and we kept using it. That was like in the second season.
What about the theme song? Where did you get that?
The theme song I heard on a bank commercial in 1997. All of a sudden, I'm watching TV, this commercial comes on,
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Oh, my God. That music, I was like...
It's stuck in your head, apparently.
Stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And then I saw it again like 3 days later, and I said to my assistant, there's this commercial, find out what that music is from the commercial.
Yeah.
Because I knew that one day I was going to get together with that music. And the commercial went off the air. I like a week later. It was never on again. It was for a local bank commercial. It wasn't a national commercial. So she tracked it down. She got the music, and then, 2 years later, when Curb started,
you got together with the music.
Yeah, I used it.
Well, are you interested in musical comedy? I wondered about the producers thing, and I thought, well, here's Larry basically doing a song and dance number in the show, and I wondered, are you?
I was
in a hidden.
No, in the 5th grade, I did a little thing where I sang, and I haven't done it since. And then I went to see the producers around the time I was starting to write that season. And I'm kind of watching the play, and all of a sudden, I'm thinking, boy, that kind of looks like fun, And that's what's so great about what I'm doing, because I could actually take something that looks like fun and make it fun. Like, George working for the Yankees, for me, would be fun, because I was a big Yankee fan. And so that's how I got that idea. But that was so hard to pull off. I had the assistant choreographer came to my basement to do the dancing, to do the choreographed dance. That is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm telling you this.
With the hat and the cane.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was so hard. And they came 5 times. I really worked on it. And I had voice lessons, so I really got into it. But that was, I'd say, out of everything, of all 5 seasons of the show, that last episode of The Producers, that was the most fun that I've had on the show.
Really?
Being backstage with the cast.
Real cast, yeah.
The real cast, backstage in that theater, and they're all going through their vocal, limbering up and doing the vocal exercise. Look at them, what the hell are they doing? So that was the most fun that I had. Until tonight.
Oh, good. Now, I have to ask you one question from my wife, because she asked me to ask you a question. She's out there somewhere.
This better be a good question. I'm going to insult her.
Oh, okay. She wants to know, well, my real-life wife wants to know if your real-life wife is as patient with you as your television wife.
God, no. I wish. Yeah. No, I am married to a Jewish woman.
Oh.
I don't know if you're aware of this or not. They are not known for their patience.
So we're getting an idealized performance out of Cheryl.
Getting an idealized version of a wife, yes.
Okay. Well, before we go to the audience...
Let me just say, it's fun to be married to a Gentile, even if it's fake.
Even if it's fake.
I love having 2 wives, by the way. Yeah.
That's nice.
A real one, a fake one, a Jewish one, a Gentile one.
And they think that Cheryl's your wife. Many people do, don't they?
After we did the special, her aunt called her up, upset that she wasn't invited to her wedding.
Well, that's good. That's good acting. We're going to go to the audience in a minute, but I want to ask you, in the last episode this year, you actually died and went to heaven. And it made me think maybe that's the end of the show. I don't know what your thinking is now, but where are you with that, with the future of the show?
I've been wrestling with that since like the last 2 months or so.
You're not settled on it yet, huh?
Not settled on it. I'm kind of leaning toward it, though.
You're leaning toward it being...
I'm not really being coy or playing hard to get, but it's really something I've been thinking about. But now I'm kind of leaning towards it, I'm just... It's just...
Leaning towards which end?
Leaning towards doing another season.
Yeah. That's what they wanted to hear.